Welcome to the NBA here on 2K Sports. Monday Hoops coming up. It's going to be the New York Knicks up against the Portland Trail Blazers. And that's all for now. Time to hand it over to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. I'll be back with more at halftime.
And how about that view? A beautiful night here in Washington, D.C., the nation's capital. The week is starting off right. Monday night, and 2K Sports presents the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan here with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. And now we take a brief check at the matchups. Our starting five for both teams. First for New York, they've got Ewing, always giving them a fantastic effort from the paint. They count on his skill and determination to get it done inside. And it's Johnson in at the 4 spot. And then for the Portland Trail Blazers, Anthony is out there with Smith. Then there's Pippen, and it's Grant in at the 4.
You know, even though it was a down year for the Blazers in terms of their overall record last year, they still enjoyed quite a bit of success at home. It's one of the better home court advantages in the league.
And for the Blazers, as you said, not the year they wanted. But, Steve, they still managed to finish 22-19 here in Portland.
Well, it's a young team, very talented starting five, but very little depth. And I think over the course of an 82-game season, the lack of bench help really cost Portland. But a lot to be excited about, some good young talent, and a home court that traditionally has been very positive for this team.
Now here's Pippen, 6 to shoot. The 3 from Anthony. Can't get the tip in. Back to Robinson. New York moving the ball around. New York needs to get off a shot. Here's Sprewell. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
And he's on the board early.
The first to strike there. Nice hoop.
About 1 minute into the first quarter. Smith right side. Shot on the wing. It's rebounded by New York. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Guys, the Knicks head coach had a couple of minutes to spend with me. We talked about how they plan to get their points against one of the elite defenses in the NBA. He said, well, it comes down to execution. If we're getting good looks, that's really all I care about. Sometimes they fall, sometimes they don't, but that doesn't change our approach. And of course, at the other end, we've got to match them stop for stop. Guys, we'll see who can walk away with the W. Back to you.
Hey, Doris, thanks. Steve, Clark, how do you best throw a defense like this off balance to enable your scorers to get comfortable?
I think the key is you need motion. You can't get too stagnant offensively where you're going one-on-one. Activate the offense with ball and player movement.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. And then the other part of that, too, to me, Steve, is you've got to be ready to take good shots whenever they come available.
And here is Anthony after the three-pointer from Robinson. Anthony kicks to Smith. Back to Anthony. He dishes it to Pippen. Feeds to Anthony. Portland needs to get off the shot. Smith. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Houston covered by Anthony. Here's Houston. Outside Robinson. He feeds it to Johnson. Shot clock at 6. Here's Ewing. Shot is off. Now Portland takes it the other way. Anthony, the pass to Pippen. Off target from outside.
That's now 4 misses on their first 5 attempts. Still trying to find the rhythm and flow here offensively.
Up top, Ewing. Back to Robinson. On the wing, Johnson. Outside, Robinson. Beyond the arc. Shot is no good. For Portland, they've gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Well, an illegal screen is one of the toughest calls for the official to make.
You know, I agree with you. You've got to have some sympathy for the referees when they have to make calls like that, but they get paid well, and they're the best in the business, so they can handle it.
Jermaine O'Neal's checked in for Portland. Pass to Houston. All sorts of time, and that's good. Robinson picking up the assists.
Well, with him, what immediately comes to mind is the long-range shooting. I mean, he can knock down shots from anywhere, and, of course, that forces the defense to locate him at all times.
And you know what, Steve? We also have to talk about his shooting. I mean, the fact that he copes with tight D better than anyone is something to make note of. His percentage stays the same, and if he's wide open, he's automatic.
Here's Smith after the made shot from Houston. Shot to end this cold run. Shot is off. The Knicks leading by 4. Passes it to Robinson. The pass to Houston. Nails the wide open jump shot. So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
You can't be the number 2 seed in the East by being mediocre on the road. I mean, the Knicks had a veteran group, and they all had the mental fortitude and experience to finish off games on the road last season.
The Knicks making a switch here. Trailblazers trail by 6. Clark, as you said, the Knicks were one of the tougher teams on the road, and their road record was, you know what separated them, Steve, from the middle of the pack in the East.
Yeah, 23 road wins, second only to the Heat in the East. It was interesting, Kevin. They relied so heavily on threes that sometimes on the road they'd go cold, but they could also get hot in a hurry, and they were able to avoid a bad spell.
And so it's New York with it after the miss from Grant. 6 on the shot clock. Johnson gets the bucket.
Good work to tack some more points onto this lead.
Those are the kind of possessions they can build on and begin to pull away here.
Outside Pippen. Backs in.
Great defense. He anticipated the play and got there first.
Yeah, I think he got there in time. Nice play.
And New York making a change here. New York leading by 8. Number 1. He's covered by Grant. Right side, Thomas. Clock at 6. Number 1. A second chance effort. And Thomas with the nice bucket inside. Thomas got his first bucket in this one.
Now, I'll tell you what, they've been a step slow here early on.
I agree with you. I mean, they're allowing too many open shots. They've seemed a little sluggish to me.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
You know, at 33 and 49 on the season last year, the Blazers were well below 500, but they were a 500 team against the Eastern Conference.
The Knicks making a switch here. Camby's checked in. Here's Grant. Kicks it to Wallace. A terrific shot on a turnaround. Portland, as you said, was 500 against the East last season. They were 15 up and 15 down. You know, you look at how other teams with that record fared against the East, and Steve, 500 isn't bad.
Well, usually when you finish 16 games under 500 for the season, as the Blazers did, you don't go 500 against either conference. But, you know, they happen to just have a good matchup, apparently, with a lot of their Eastern opponents, and they did pretty well.
Thomas, no good.
Really good performance so far on the boards for this club.
Boy, I like the way they've done a great job carving out space under the basket when the shots have gone up.
Portland with the ball. 8-point game. Puts it up from 15, and he can't bank that one in. Dishes to Dudley. Pass to Wingate. The feed to Thomas. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Number 1. Off target from three-point range. Portland's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Now the dish to Wallace. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Look at the combination of size and touch. That's why he's a great finisher down low.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Knicks?
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
Well, the other thing I like is defensively, they're causing turnovers, and that's allowing them to get into transition.
There were only 3 teams in the East that had a positive record against the Western Conference, and the Knicks were one of them. When you have talent like this team does, it doesn't really matter where your opponent is from because you're going to be able to compete.
Pass to Bailey. Wallace on him. From 11 feet away, shot's good from Bailey.
You know, with the expectations low for him, he can provide a nice lift when he does put the ball in the basket.
Passes it to Atkins. There's 18 seconds left in the first. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. The Trailblazers shooting their second and third free throws tonight. The first one falls. Both free throws good from Wells. And so here is New York. 6-point lead. Number 1. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. The Knicks shooting their first free throws of the game right now.
Now, the numbers last year for them at the line, not great. Just 73% free throw shooting as a team.
And he makes the first. And the Knicks making a change here. Good on both. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Knicks out front. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And what stands out to you from New York in this one?
And the defense has been key in building this lead. They've really clamped down hard.
They've done a nice job, Steve. I think challenging every shot, a hand up on every shot.
They set the pick. He kicks it to Ewing. Nice teamwork to set up the pick play and make the space for the J.
You know, the defense didn't exactly try to fight around that screen, and that's why it turned into the easy basket.
There's the pass to Atkins. Back to Stoudemire. Pass to Wells. 5 on the clock. Here's Atkins. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but in the rebounding department too, Clark.
Yeah, it's been a really gritty performance. They'll have some bruises to show for it, but that's the way it should be. You should feel that you've competed when you do that work inside.
And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Now here's Stoudemire. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. He passes it to Grant.
Hey, right here.
Wells, started by Robinson. The shot's good from Wells.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
The Knicks leading by 10. Outside Robinson. Passes to Bailey. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
Well, a lot of basketball pundits, so to speak, would like to eliminate lottery pick protection outside the top 3 from trades. They feel it gives teams too strong an incentive to tank. You look at the Blazers last season, they owed their pick to the Bobcats if it was 13th or lower, and they finished the season 8-26 after going 500 at that point. So maybe a little suspicious.
The first free throw is good. Ron Clark going back to the Blazers. They finished the season among the worst defensive teams in the entire league.
And that's where they've got to improve, Kevin. They did a decent job denying looks on the perimeter, but they didn't get blocks or steals, so not a real force defensively. And among the worst in fast break points and points in the paint as well, so they clearly have some areas they can shore up.
And a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. And the free throw is good from Bailey.
You know, the Knicks got off to a fast start, but when you employ as many old bodies as they did last year, it's hard to sustain the level of play you need over the course of a full season. It's one reason they started to falter a bit late in the year.
Now, here is Smith. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. 6 to shoot. No good. So New York will take it the other way. And Clark, you said it, the Knicks did hit that lull last season right after the All-Star break into early March. But Steve, when the vets saw the finish line in sight, they picked up their play and got back in it.
That's right. They won 13 games in a row late in the season, catapulting themselves back into the top tier of teams in the East, and let everyone know that they would not be exiting the playoffs early. That really was the start of that run.
And so here is New York after the made shot from Scottie Pippen. Robinson passes to Houston. They set the pick. Feeds it to Ewing. New York moving it around. New York, no good that time either. Second shot opportunity, and he lays it up and in. Ewing's got 4 points now in the quarter.
But the defense just looked a little lazy on the glass there.
Yeah, nobody boxing out. That's inexcusable.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
A lot of high hopes for the Knicks in last year's playoffs. They started off so hot, but then let the series against Boston drag on, and eventually went to 7 games, and they fell to the Pacers in the second round after that.
Johnson, he's checked in for New York. Three minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Outside Pippen. He dishes it to O'Neal. With the teardrop, that falls. Nice feed that time from Scottie Pippen. And the Boston series did drag on, you could tell. You wonder if they were a bit fatigued going into that Pacers series. Steve, Indiana just outplayed him, outworked him, in every way in the second round.
Yeah, I think it was a factor, Kevin, and really the Knicks have only themselves to blame. They had Boston down 3-1 and a home game to close it out, but they couldn't get it done. And there's no doubt that affected them against Indiana in the next series.
And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way.
Boy, they couldn't hook up there on what's really a pretty basic pass.
New York leading by 12. Outside, Robinson. On the wing, Johnson. Back to Robinson. Just 5 on the clock. From deep. From beyond the arc and then some. Robinson's got 6 points.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
For 3, Pippen. Trailblazers keep it alive. Goes back up. Here's O'Neal. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play.
They started the game off tortoise-like, but their offense coming to life.
Tortoise-like. Wow, Clark. Yeah, they're putting it together, but still trailing. Their offense is finally getting some traction.
And that one misses. The Knicks leading by 13. Right at the free throw line. And again, it's New York.
Things are starting to warm up from the field for them this quarter as they add to their lead.
Yeah, it seems like everybody, Steve, has the hot hand right now.
Now here's Anthony. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Johnson against Pippen. Back to Anthony. He feeds it to Pippen. A baseline J, and he drops that one in. Pippen's got his 3rd basket of the night. New York's gone 1 or 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. 14 feet away. Shot's good from Bailey.
And he's shaking off a poor first quarter shooting effort. He's really starting to turn it on now, guys.
Number 11. And that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
Detlef Schrempf's checked in for the Trailblazers. So it's the Knicks now. Here's Sprewell. Offensive rebound. No good from Bailey. Trailblazers trail by 13. The drive by Anthony. Pippen. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Anthony's got 3 assists now in this one.
Oh, they're finally starting to shoot the ball a little bit better now.
You know, I thought this was the kind of play they needed in the first quarter, but as I always like to say, it's better late than never.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Grant's checked in. Knocked away. And it's out of bounds to the Knicks as New York retains possession. .158 left now here in the second. Here's the screen.
That's foul number 2 on him. It might not warrant sitting him entirely, but another one before halftime, they could be in some trouble. Well, he's really good defensively at anticipating plays and then forcing players into areas where they don't want to go and where they become more vulnerable for turnovers.
And Steve, near the bucket, he's one of the best finishers around. I mean, he does a great job of using his strong body to fight through contact and get to the rack.
And the first one drops. And New York making a change here. Ewing's checked in. And so he hits both.
He's a dead eye at the line, fellas. Just call him automatic. He doesn't miss many of those.
Grant outside. Pippen is doubled. Grant kicks to Grant. Trying his luck deep. Cannot hit.
An 8-rebound advantage like the one they have now is always going to swing the score hard in that team's direction.
And that's certainly been the case today. Their rebounding has made a huge difference.
Sprewell covered by Smith. Now the pass to Houston. 4 on the clock. From deep three-point range, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. And the Knicks making a change here. Dudley's checked in. We've got 1:13 left to play in the first half. Outside Anthony. Now the feed to Pippen. Back to Anthony. Trailblazers moving the ball around. No good from Schrempf. The Knicks leading by 12. Pass to Robinson. Lets it go from deep. Gets it to go. Robinson's got 6 points in the quarter.
The defense sagged off, and, you know, he did not hesitate to rise up and bury that three.
Dishes it to Pippen.
Good. Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
35 seconds left in the first half. Robinson against Pippen. Robinson drives in. Dudley puts the lead pass in front of him. The shot's good from Houston.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
Well, it's become one of the stories of the first half, Clark, just piling up points in the paint.
Grant outside. There's the dish to Anthony. Schrempf. And it's Schrempf again missing. Here's Sprewell. And so we conclude the first half. Knicks lead by 15. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Monday has almost come to an end.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started.
We've seen Scottie Pippen doing his thing. He has 12 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
Well, it's no secret. I mean, the more points he can come up with from out there, the better off they'll be offensively with their spacing.
Robinson kicks to Johnson. Back to Robinson. Pass to Johnson. Shot clock at 5. Here's Houston. Good, and it's Johnson with the assist that time. He's got 8.
Boy, it was a tough year for Portland, and a lot of that was because they didn't get much done in points in the paint. Not only did they not score in the paint, they gave up a lot of points in the paint as well.
From 15 feet away, and again, it's Portland converted. The Knicks leading by 15. Now Robinson. 9 points in the game so far. Pass to Houston. Back to Robinson. They get it again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Knicks lead by 17.
Boy, I love that aggression. Forget about the tip. Just grab the thing and slam it home.
Well, what a way to get second chance points.
Man, don't take any risks. Just put that ball back in the hoop.
Anthony kicks to Smith. He passes to Pippen. Back to Smith. Takes a 3. That's good. Smith's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Well, Clark, you were talking about them giving up points in close. Perhaps the biggest issue Portland faced last season. Steve, they were dead last in the NBA when it came to that category.
Yeah, near the bottom of the league in blocks as well. You just don't win in this league without good interior defense. You have to be able to clog the paint and force outside shots and keep people from scoring. It seemed like it was a layup line against the Blazers last year.
The Knicks shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. And that one misses. That one is no good. Trailblazers trail by 14. Pippen kicks to Anthony. Takes the three. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. 17 points was their biggest margin. Here's Robinson. 9 points in the game so far. There's a good screen. And the pass to Houston. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. He's got 10.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Now a timeout called by Portland. The Knicks making a switch here. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Stoudemire outside. Smith back to Stoudemire. Portland moving the ball around. Gets it to go. 6 points for Wallace.
Guys, they've had a solid start to the second half offensively. Gotten good looks, and they've made 3 out of 4 of them.
To the middle. Here's Dudley. Rebound by Wallace.
Hey, I like creativity and a circus finish as much as anybody. But you better be sure you got a chance to make it.
Smith's shot is good.
And he's someone the defense has to keep track of at all times because, you know, even when he doesn't have the ball, he moves so well without it. He's constantly a threat to catch and shoot.
You know, something else I think about when I see this guy is he's a real headache to have to defend one-on-one. I mean, he's got all of the game that makes it tough for his defender.
Trailblazers trail by 11. He kicks it to Stoudemire. Now Wallace inside. They get a hand on it. And now the Knicks on the break by himself.
Oh, man, what a play. Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
And why not? I mean, the more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
Here's Pippen following the score by New York. Shot clock at 6. Top of the key. Misses off the right iron. New York leading by 13. Sprewell, ready by Stoudemire, uses the glass to finish the layup.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on him.
Pippen kicks to Stoudemire. Back to Pippen. And it's Pippen again missing. Knicks have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Deep 2 from Robinson. And again, it's New York. Trailblazers trail by 17.
Well, it's pretty obvious, guys. Portland has a lot of young talent, but the defensive effort has to get better. The intensity, the concentration at that end of the floor has to grow, which is always tough with a young team, but to get better, it's going to have to start with defense there.
Great looking bounce pass to set up that play.
The Knicks have gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. New York calls timeout. Portland finishing second to last in opposing team shooting percentage, Clark. Yeah, that's interesting. Defense, something that usually needs to be learned in the NBA, and the Blazers were a young team last season, Steve, and easily a team learning game by game.
Yeah, youth or not, though, Kevin. I mean, 48% against you defensively in terms of field goal percentage. That can't happen. So a lot of improvement in store for this Portland team. They really have to lock in on the defensive end.
And so here is New York after the made shot from Smith. Feeds it to Ewing. Uncovered. It's rebounded by Atkins.
Now you can see why the defense is willing to let him take that shot. That's really not his range.
Grant outside. He dishes it to Grant. Pass to Atkins. 5 to shoot. He feeds it to Shrimp. Fires for 3. It's rebounded by New York. Number 1. He's covered by Grant. Kicks to Ewing.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots just have not dropped for him today.
Here's Grant. Off the mark with the little step back, Johnny. New York leading by 15. There's the feed to Thomas. Number 1. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feed.
Man, great ball movement. They're just picking this defense apart with their passing.
Well, how about the 3 P's, Steve? Purposeful, precise, passing. We love it, and so does this team because they're taking advantage of it.
Portland with the ball. The Knicks making the shot. And here's Schrempf. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Hits the bucket.
Boy, they have been terrific from beyond the arc here in the second half. You look at the percentages. Good numbers.
Just what the pharmacist prescribed. Those 3-point bombs will erase the deficit quickly if they keep it up.
And so here is New York after the 3-pointer from Atkins. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. Schrempf passes to Atkins. Grant. Passes it to Wells. Ewing comes to help. Dishes it to Grant. His first shot coming late. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. The Trailblazers have split their free throws right down the middle so far. They're 2 for 2.
Well, last year collectively, I mean, this team shot 74% from the free throw line. Pretty low number.
And, you know, that just added to their confidence at the offensive end. I mean, knowing that free throw shooting was something they didn't have to worry about gave them a lot of confidence to play freely.
And the first one at the line is good. And New York making a change here. And Grant drops them both. 40 seconds left in the third. Thomas is screen on Stoudemire. Here's Sprewell. The shot no good. And the Trailblazers going the other way. The pass to Atkins. Anthony for the 3. Grant dishes to Anthony. Stoudemire outside. Pass to Atkins. One second left. No good on the buzzer beater. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. New York. And we welcome you back to the NBA here on 2K Sports. If you're just tuning in, this is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. And we're ready to get going once more. And the players having a chance to have a short break and get some rest themselves and get refueled and hydrated with some Gatorade. More terrific basketball in store for us tonight. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Knicks.
Well, the great passing we saw in the first half has carried right over into the second.
I've been impressed with how well they've penetrated tonight, too.
And another three-pointer to their second half total.
Yeah, they caught that long-range bug at halftime, and it's been bombs away ever since.
Now, here is Robinson. He passes to Houston. Here's Sprewell. And that one's on target from the wing. And the Knicks lead by 11. And the Trailblazers shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one. Stoudemire kicks to Anthony. Back to Stoudemire. 6 on the shot clock. Free throw drops for Stoudemire. And New York making a change here. And both free throws good for Stoudemire.
Boy, perfect half at the free throw line for them. That'll help their comeback effort for real.
Yeah, that's keeping them close. It's going to take a full effort here in the second half, but they've got to continue to knock down these free throws.
Tries it from 19. Count the bucket.
And he's made the most of his chances, hasn't he? He really needs to continue to work for those good looks.
Trailblazers trail by 11. Pippen kicks to Smith. Smith off a pick from Stoudemire. Pass to Pippen. The dish to Stoudemire. Fires the three. Trailblazers keep it alive. Into O'Neal. Can't hit from in close. The Knicks leading by 11. Outside Robinson. Stoudemire grabs the miss. For Portland, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Smith with it, now guarded by Houston. Smith outside. Back to Stoudemire. Stoudemire right side. Gets it to go. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Smith against Robinson. Passes it to Houston. Unloads. And it's Portland with the rebound. Smith outside. Pippen kicks to Stoudemire. That falls. Nice feed that time from Scottie Pippen. Pippen's got 3 assists tonight. New York leading by 6. New York calls timeout. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Kevin, I had a chance to find out what the Knicks coach was going over with his guys. He told the players, let's put our foot on them and keep them down. We've got them exactly where we want them. I want to see you guys slow the pace, use the clock, and stay away from any silly fouls.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. And so here is New York. 17 points was their biggest margin. Robinson against Smith. 6 to shoot. He kicks to Ewing. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Trailblazers trail by 8. Pippen with it. Smith left side. And the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
He's definitely turned things around in this game. I mean, he was more of a background player in the first half. He's jumped center stage now.
And there's the pass to Houston. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Sprewell. The rebound by Grant. Grant's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Anthony kicks to Pippen. Smith on the wing. Let's go. They grab their own miss. Grant. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
You know, Kevin, he never gives up on a play. That's what I love about him. He just is one of those guys who will bring effort and energy the entire 48 minutes.
And it's his scrappiness, Steve, that also makes him a special player. I can't tell you how many times I've seen him dive into the second row going after a loose ball.
And Grant no good on that one. New York leading by 4. Here's Sprewell. Here's Houston. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup.
Strong rebounding, and he's rewarded with the easy putback.
For Portland, they've gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Outside Anthony. Back to Pippen. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Anthony's got 5 assists in the game.
They're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results right now.
Yeah, in fact, 3 of the last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Now, here is Robinson. Back to Johnson. No good. And it's Portland the other way. They are right on the brink of taking the lead.
This is a critical juncture in this ball game, Kevin.
Anthony with it. Now defended by Houston. Smith, no luck.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Now, here is Robinson. The shot is off. Some solid defense from Pippen. Right side Pippen. And here's Anthony for 3. Number 11. Soft touch off the glass. New York calls timeout. They're up by 1. And there's a minute 45 left here in the 4th quarter. And there's a minute 45 left in the 4th quarter. On the wing, Johnson. New York moving it around. It's Ewing that time on the assist by Johnson. Johnson's got 3 assists in the game. Now a timeout called by Portland. They're losing by 3. 1:36 left in the game. And Portland has possession. They trail by 3. It's Pippen with the drive. Stolen. Houston. He's covered by Grant. Here's Houston. The offensive rebound. Feeds to Robinson. And he nails that one right through the net. And the Knicks lead by 5. The Trailblazers have gotten more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12. It's Pippen with the drive. Outside Anthony. Launches it. The Knicks pull it in.
And he's having all sorts of problems with his shot.
I'm not sure he even has a shot right now, Steve, to be quite honest. Not a reliable one anyway.
Inside. Stolen by Grant. 43 seconds left in the fourth quarter. He dishes it to Pippen. Backing down. Shot clock at 5. Count it! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3. And you could feel the crowd react as one.
Yeah, that shot got them out of their seats and off their hands.
Guys, they just exploded when it went down.
Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. I mean, now's the time to use the clock to your advantage. Take your time. Milk the clock a little bit.
Doubled by Grant. Pass to Houston. Sprewell, guarded by Pippen. Sprewell. It's in!
Ooh, they are not letting up, guys. They just keep coming at them.
And I'd say that lead is too big to overcome at this point.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 5. 7 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
Well, they can call timeouts all they want, but it's not going to do a whole lot of good at this point.
Yeah, this one's about done. The writing's on the wall. There's nothing they can do to change this one.
Pippen for 3. Knocks down the trifecta.
Nice play there on that inbounds play, and it paid off with the 3.
New York calls timeout. They're ahead by 2. Just 4 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, no question the right call at this point. You can't let them just dribble it out.
That's right. I mean, you got to send them to the line and hope for a few misses.
And they go to the intentional foul. Drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game.
And you can wrap this one up. Great job to stay cool with the line and polish it off.
So a close game sees New York take this one. And Clark, you know, it was quite a nail-biter.
Yeah, it was tight. Their guys were able to come up with big plays down the stretch, and that's the difference.
That about does it for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our great crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying so long and thanks for watching. Now, here is our Jordan Player of the Game.